the interesting thing is the physical scale is so much smaller, so the distances that you have to separate a character from the background are often tiny. So we used quite a lot of theatre lights, profile lanterns that are used in theatres, which have internal shutters like a projector, which can give you very, very fine light beams, and you can kind of squeeze them into these gaps. And if you'll see some of these actually on some of the things we'll show on Sunday. And we use very small versions of those. Actually, they were kind of made for shop fittings, really. But these very, very fine profile lanterns, which are very, very precise. And that's the sort of thing you have to get your head around. Actually, the sets are quite small. You're lighting it in the same way as you'd light a full-size set, but your distances, your tolerances are so much finer. It takes a little bit of getting used to.
I think it's very important where you put the camera as well. We believe it's a real world, and we treat it as a real world, but you've got to get the camera into their eye level, which in the early days was quite difficult. The size of the cameras, we were shooting on like 35mm Mitchells, big cameras. In fact, if you put them flat on the set, the lens would be higher than the puppet. So you have to build the sets in accordance, so you get the camera down low. A lot of times we'd have to use, it's almost like a mirrored arrangement, it's called a pentaprism there, where you have the camera tilted down looking at a sort of mirror, so actually you can get that low angle viewpoint, particularly for the train chase again, to keep it down at their level. So it's very important. And avoiding high shots, the camera should always be in a position it would be in real life. You can't just look down on it. I mean, where's that from? Are you God or something? I mean, if you had a looking down shot, it would have to be from a window ledge, or you'd have to see a bit of building in front of it, so it looked like you were looking over a balcony or something. So very careful placement of the camera, always.
And from very early on, I think, because I did quite a lot of theatre lighting as a student, and I thought when we were doing our early work, why not put the same amount of effort and thought into it as if you were either live action or you're doing a kind of theatre show. It's going to take you a long time to animate the scenes, so you may as well spend a bit of time actually getting the lighting looking dramatic. And to our mind, it was, we were making films. They happened to be animated. It was that way around. It wasn't like, oh, we're making animated films. Hey, it can all be high-key lighting. It was, we're going to make films. They're going to be, some of the short films we made were actually quite poignant and quite dramatic. They weren't necessarily comedy films, but they had a much more dramatic lighting style that you might have otherwise seen in stop frame films of the day. And I think, when you're watching movies, that's what you want. Both Dave and I, understanding the emotional impact of light is crucial to all filmmakers, and that's what we've always tried to put into the movies we make.